to the Huntsman World Senior Games Active Life. My name is Kyle Case, and I'll be your host on this amazing journey as we attempt to help you get the most out of your life. Joining me in the studio today is my co-pilot, Jeff Harding. Jeff, how are you today?
I'm just flying along. How are you, Kyle?
I'm good.
You keep calling me your co-pilot, so I feel like I should be, flying an airplane or something.
That's the symbolism.
It is.
Yeah.
Because this is a huge flying vessel that we're in right now.
It is, planet Earth.
That's right.
A huge flying vessel.
And we are piloting it at this very moment.
That is true, about piloting planet Earth.
That's right.
Well, so Jeff, as you know, the Huntsman World Senior Games, we're all at the games. We're always looking for new opportunities, new ways to meet the needs of our customers, our athletes.
That's right.
Oftentimes, we're looking at new sports, new programs, all kinds of different things.
Mm-hmm.
And it's interesting. Oftentimes we're approached by people with ideas for new sports.
Not necessarily new sports, but new sports to the games.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yes, for additions. Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes they're great ideas, and they become actual additions at the Huntsman World Senior
Right.
Games.
Who'd have thought pickleball would be where it is?
Right. 10 years ago, somebody came and approached. It's probably it's been 12 or 15 years ago now, 12
Something
or
like
13
that.
years ago. It's been a little while ago now, but somebody came up with this proposal, and they brought it to the games and said, hey, we've got this sport called pickleball, and I'm sure that eyebrows were raised. And
They probably kept a straight face in front of them.
yeah.
But after they left, they probably snickered.
And now look at pickleball.
Going crazy.
One of the biggest sports that we offer, huge sport all around the nation.
That's right.
Sometimes they're not so good ideas, and they end up not making it to the lineup of sports or of events. But I think people might find it interesting to know that there is kind of a method to our madness, a method of introducing and adding a new sport.
Definitely.
We have about 5 criteria that must be met. The first one that we always look for is we've got to have a volunteer sports director. With 28 different sports that we offer, there's no way that our small staff can manage the tournament aspect of every sport.
That's right.
So we need somebody who can step up. We do a lot of the stuff. We do a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, a lot of organizing, but we need somebody who can actually run the tournament aspect of the event.
That's right.
That's really crucial. The second thing that we need, which seems obvious but isn't always obvious, is that we need a venue where the sport can take place.
A place to play.
Yeah, and sometimes that's been the thing that's
The
kept
X factor,
the sport.
right.
Kept the sport out of the games. We haven't had a venue for it, so that's important. And it seems obvious, but with as many sports as we offer and as many people that are here in town, sometimes it's harder to find a venue than you might suspect.
It really is.
Number 3 is you've got to have a group of people who want to participate. We have to have a market.
Mm-hmm.
And, again, that seems obvious. But where our event is not necessarily about the specialized sport. It's about the sport that's going to bring people.
That's right.
So that there's competition.
It brings to mind chess.
Right.
We had the venue, we had the sports director, but we didn't have people who wanted to travel here to compete in chess.
So that's the 4th thing. The 4th thing is that people are willing to travel to compete.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get ahead.
Because there are a lot of people that play chess.
That's right.
I mean, there's hundreds of thousands of people that play chess. Maybe not everybody competitively, but not very many people travel.
That's true.
To play chess. We found that. So that's the 4th thing. And then the 5th thing is that we really like there to be some kind of international draw or some kind of international aspect. We are the World Senior Games, and so we want there to be some international appeal to these new sports. And if those 5 criteria are met, that's when we start to say, okay, let's take a serious look at this event and see if it's going to be a good fit for us, right?
Right.
You've been through that process before.
Many times.
Yeah, we've looked at a number of different things, and as I said, sometimes the criteria are met and we're able to move forward, and sometimes the criteria are met, but we find something else that keeps us from adding that sport.
That's right.
Well, I found an addition.
Another reason or another sport?
No, and another sport.
Oh, okay.
I found something that I think is going to be a great match for our event.
The next pickleball.
I think it has the potential.
All right, lay it on me.
Okay, here it is. You ready?
I'm ready.
It's custard pie toss. What do you think?
Well, What are the rules?
This never happens. Jeff is speechless. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
I'm just picturing myself being the target because that's probably what would end up. Let's see how many people can hit Jeff in the face with a custard pie.
Okay, well, that actually is one of the rules. Not necessarily to hit you in the face.
I was getting a little worried there.
I found this story online, and so it has to be true.
Well, nobody, Abraham Lincoln said that everything you hear online is true.
So it must be, right?
That's right.
So according to the Huffington Post, their weird news section,
okay,
I found this sport, and I think it's a great fit for the games. Japan was just recently crowned.
Now that says a lot right there.
So right,
yes.
Right away.
International.
The international.
Yeah.
So when it comes to tossing custard pies, Japan is the cream of the crop.
No pun intended.
No, well, I think it was intended. I think it was. But a team from Japan just recently won a couple of weeks ago the 48th annual World Custard Pie Throwing Championship.
Where was it held?
Well, it was held in the United Kingdom. There were 18 teams that showed up for competition, 17 of them from the United Kingdom, interestingly enough.
Surprising.
There was one team from outside of the UK.
And they won.
It was Japan, but they came battle ready.
Did they?
They were determined. They were determined to win this. So let me tell you about the rules, because it is pretty simple.
Okay.
I'm sure it's just what you're thinking.
Okay. I just can hardly wait.
There are teams of 4 people. They have to dress up in bizarre costumes. Apparently, that's a part of the competition.
Well, naturally.
They stand next to each other, and they toss pies at opposing teams who are 8 feet away.
8 feet. Well, you think you have some accuracy at 8 feet.
Yeah, simple rules, right? So here's how the scoring works. A direct hit in the face is worth 6 points. A chest hit earns 5 points. A hit on the arms brings 3 points. And then points are deducted after 3 missed pies.
Wow.
Simple.
And from 8 feet, you're missing?
Apparently.
Wow.
Apparently.
Who would have thought?
There's a criteria for taking points away if you do miss, so they must be missing, right?
Yeah. With some regularity, because you have to miss 3 times.
Right. I guess I didn't get to see the competition.
There's no video attached.
There was no video. I don't believe that it was broadcast on ESPN. Or
that shocks me.
Yeah, it's shocking, isn't it? Anyway, the Japanese team came. Like I said, they were serious about the competition. They were determined to take home the championship, and they did. Their team name was ITTEQ. I don't know what the acronym stands for, but they beat a team called the Fairy Cakes to win the top honor.
Wow.
What do you think? I think this is a potential.
I'm truly speechless.
Yeah, that never happens.
No.
I don't think you're in favor of it. I'm catching the vibe that you don't think this is going to go over.
Well, the first year I think it might make a great novelty sport, especially if we get the right politician
behind it, huh?
To stand there and be on one team. But
well, whether or not we add it to the Huntsman World Senior Games, the Japanese team that won has promised to defend its crown at next year's competition.
Maybe we should be the host of the competition.
We should at least find out if it's up for bid.
We could make it an exhibition sport.
Maybe that's the way we go first.
Because that way we're safe.
Well, health and wellness, Jeff, can be a serious topic, but once in a while, it's worth your time to have a little bit of fun with it, right?
And right. And activity. I mean, activity is good, even if you're throwing pies at people, I guess.
Well, today we have a special guest with us to talk about an aspect of health and wellness that isn't necessarily serious, but it's one that we don't always think about, and it is massage therapy. So Michelle Snook is joining us today in the studio. How are you today?
I'm good. Thanks for having me here today.
Well, Michelle, thanks for being here. We appreciate you being here and also being a part of the Huntsman World Senior Games. Michelle has been with us at the Games for several years, providing sports massage therapy to the athletes of the Games. And we're excited to have you here and hope to learn a little bit more about massage therapy and the health benefits involved. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So you've been a part of the Games, as I said. You've been providing sports massage therapy at the Games. Let's talk a little bit just to get us started on how you became acquainted with the Games and kind of how you got involved with the Games.
Well, first of all, I'd like to make sure that I let you know it's not just me providing the massage.
Okay,
I have
that's
an
important.
incredible team of massage therapists and chiropractors that work together. So I want to give credit there first.
Excellent.
They are a great team.
And there is a great team. So thank you for reminding us of that.
You bet. I started with way back when Mona Given was in your position.
Yeah.
And there were only 4 of us. There was a gentleman who invited me to come and be kind of a loosely organized, just come and do massage. And it's grown to about 5 chiropractors now and about 13 massage therapists. And so it's been really fun. We've really enjoyed working together at the games.
We may want to point out they're not all there at the same time.
No,
but
we're
over
not
the
all
course
there
of
at the same time.
The games, there's...
So it is quite a team, though, and it's certainly a team effort to provide the service to our athletes. So that's wonderful to see, not only as the games have grown over the past 10 or so years that you've been involved, 15 years maybe, but also the need has grown and you've been able to meet that need, which is great.
We've had some really fun stories. I think the funnest part about being involved with the Huntsman Senior Games is the stories that we have afterwards.
Meeting the people and getting to know them.
The people. I remember my first experience with meeting an 84-year-old woman who was carrying her little pull-along suitcase behind her with a tennis racket. I went up to her and asked her, let her know that we were doing massage upstairs. And she took that tennis racket and put it right on the side of me and pushed me out of the way and says, "Excuse me, honey, I have a game to get to, and you're in my way." And I thought, I'm not at all offended by that, because I hope when I'm 84 years old, I have a tennis racket in my hand and I'm pushing somebody out of the way going, "Excuse me, I got somewhere to be."
That you are that focused on your next competition. That's amazing. So wonderful. So you've got a team that's assembled, and every year you bring this team. The pieces might be moving pieces, but certainly you bring enough people to cover the event. Talk a little bit about what it is that you provide in the way of service to our athletes while they're at the games.
We, as a team, what is really neat about our team is that each of the therapists have their own businesses in the community, but they close their businesses for a period of time to come and participate as a team. And we call ourselves the Senior Games Massage and Chiropractic Team.
Yeah.
And so together, the amount of experience that we have is just amazing. But we provide, obviously, chiropractics, but each of us as massage therapists and chiropractors, we each have our own specialties, and there's lots of different modalities out there, but each one of us has a specialty in sports. And so the therapy that we provide help the athletes to be able to play longer, to be more comfortable, to recover quickly, and just to enjoy being a part of the games.
Didn't you tell me a story about one of the athletes on the Brazilian Global Cup team?
Oh, yes. That's one of our favorite stories.
Why don't you share that story?
Sure. Their star player, and I won't say names because I don't think I can pronounce it, but they brought her up in a wheelchair. She had been injured, and this woman was extremely athletic, and they came to us, and they could barely speak to us to tell us, just fix her, make her better. So our whole team went to work on this girl. We had Krill on the biomodulator, and we had chiropractors going and massage therapists, and they went back out and they won the gold, and she played, and she was so excited. She couldn't speak to us in our language, but she brought us back up a bag of chocolates, and it spoke all that needed to be said.
It spoke volumes, yeah.
So what exactly was wrong with her, and how were you able to help her?
She had hurt her lower back,
okay.
And so
in a game,
while
she was participating.
Correct. She was playing well, and then I just landed wrong. I think we're not sure because we didn't see her. But upon evaluation, the chiropractor was able to adjust her and align her, and the massage therapists were able to, get the muscles to relax around the spine. And Krill was able to use her biomodulator to help. It's kind of like a TENS unit, but it's a different frequency that helps the muscles kind of relax. Yeah.
Okay.
So she was.
So for those of us who aren't familiar with biomodulator and TENS, explain what that is.
It's a type of an energy that goes into the muscle, and there's different frequencies. Sometimes you fatigue the muscle, and sometimes you just kind of wake the muscle up. It depends on what you're doing with it. But TENS units have been around for quite some time, and physical therapists use them with recovery.
They stimulate the muscle, don't they?
They do. They stimulate the muscles.
The TENS units stimulate.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Well, that's great. That's great. So is massage therapy only for elite athletes at the Huntsman World Senior Games?
Oh, no. The families that travel with them go, "Bye, honey. I'm going to the massage therapist." So they're all welcome.
Well, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. If you're just joining us, you're listening to the Huntsman World Senior Games Active Life. and we're visiting with Michelle Snook, who is a massage therapist and has been participating in the Huntsman World Senior Games, providing massage therapy for a number of years to the athletes. So let's talk about just the overall general health benefits of massage therapy.
Okay, for athletes especially, massage, one, will help lengthen the tendons and help the muscles stay supple. Sometimes during injuries, there's buildup of lactic acid too. And with massage, it increases the circulation to the muscles, so it brings fresh oxygen and nutrients, and it helps them to heal faster. It cuts down the recovery time for athletes. We've had a lot of these 50-year-olds that come here, they play like they're still 19, and we see a lot of them upstairs. They're like, fix us. So, massage also releases endorphins. Just the feeling of touch will release endorphins, which actually makes a person feel better and help them to just be able to relax better. So it also helps them to play at their peak longer. And so there's different kinds of massage. There's a pre-event massage. There's a post-event massage. And so those who've been getting massage before, leading up to it, then they will come see us a day or so before, because it helps them with their range of motion. It keeps everything just kind of moving fluid. And then after a massage, then a lot of them just want to quiet, cool down, make my muscles feel better so I can...
After competing,
right,
then they have a post-event massage.
Right.
Now, as a massage therapist, and I'm sure the athletes ask you, what do I do to once the massage is over, what do I do to maintain or extend the benefit of the massage, and what do you tell them? Well,
especially we have athletes coming to this high desert from all over the world, and the very first thing is hydrate, because you're in an area where you're going to need that water, and you're participating in athletic events that are going to deplete your body of it. So the very first thing is make sure that you stay hydrated so you don't start cramping and so that you feel good. And then the other thing is to rest, allow your body to rest in between as much as possible. One of the things that's really interesting is people think I'm going to go jump in the hot tub and that will make me feel better. And that's actually not the best thing to do following a really strenuous workout, because your muscles are already inflamed. If you think about it, they're already hot. And so you put them inside a hot tub, they're going to continue the inflammation for a while.
So you're better off with ice?
You'd be better off with a cool down.
And everybody wants to go sit in a cold tub.
No.
No, they don't. No. It's funny, you don't see any hotels advertising cold tubs.
Yeah, ice baths.
Although
we
that
do,
would be an important thing.
Yeah, we do know, and we have seen certainly, some of our athletes definitely do participate in that, and you see it now. It's becoming more prevalent that people do seem to have a better understanding of the need for a cool down following strenuous competition.
And then it's stretching. You can't overemphasize the importance of stretching to stay limber and stretching. Jeff, what was that like?
We just have a standing in our office, Kyle and I. If we were to do a back bend, it would be a square.
Yeah,
we're not the most limber guys in the office.
We are not. I've done some exercises to determine how flexible you are, and generally the comment that I get from the person administering the evaluation is, well, you're not the most limber person I've ever worked with. So
I'm not going to see you at the yoga place downtown.
Well, maybe that's where you should see me, but as of right now, no, you're not going to see me there. That's what the look was. I mean, whenever somebody says stretch, there's always just kind of a look that passes between us, because we both, I mean, we're have
in the
issues
same
with
boat.
stretching.
Yeah. But it definitely it is an important part of health maintenance, and especially for athletes. So
one thing that we've seen that has actually been very beneficial is taping now, using kinesio tape.
Yeah.
And we're seeing a lot of athletes show up with their own tools, with kinesio tapes, with rollers, with their own devices and tools to help themselves stay limber and stretched out and comfortable.
And I want to just change directions a little bit and talk about the aging population in general. You've been a massage therapist for a lot of years now. Mm-hmm. Are you noticing a difference in the physical well-being, the conditioning of the senior athletes, or seniors in general now, as opposed to when you first started?
Oh my goodness, there's 70-year-olds that are running beyond what I could do. At many less years than 70. But closely.
You don't have to tell us your age if you don't want to.
You're a spring chicken, and we know it.
So you're definitely seeing an increase in activity, at least among your clientele.
Yeah, I think, especially like in our community, it's really fun to live in St. George because the city has actually promoted being active.
Yeah, health and wellness.
Being active. And
activity and outdoors. And
having a healthy lifestyle. And through the hospital, they really are, focused on having a healthy lifestyle. So, yeah, I'm seeing it with our guests and our clients.
Does it inspire you to want to be more active and like them?
Oh, I want to be like that 84-year-old woman with a tennis racket. Excuse me, I got someplace to be.
Yeah, and I feel like we all get to experience that every time the games come around from a staff and from a volunteer standpoint as well. It is inspiring.
It is. And then to see the individuals, like there are some sports where multiple medals are the rule.
Right.
Rather than the exception. And to see the people walk around with 4 or 5 medals on their chest,
their neck,
around the Dixie Center or just around town, they're so happy for the opportunity to compete, but they're even more happy that they won the medals, and they're more than happy to share with you what medals they won.
Yeah, so one of the things I've noticed is that at the Dixie Center, when we start setting up, it's quiet. And then there's like this wave of energy that goes through the Dixie Center for about 2 weeks. And then it gets really quiet and we pack it up for next year. But
you feel that, don't you?
Yeah, you do. And it's different. I've worked Ironman. I've worked some of the other events. It's a very different event. People are looking for their friends and they're looking for the connections that they've made through the years there. And that's what makes it really unique.
So we're just in wrapping up here, what do you think is the biggest thing that you have learned personally through your association with the athletes or with the Huntsman World Senior Games?
I've learned that no two bodies are the same.
Yeah.
And just because I learned something in massage school doesn't necessarily mean it's going to apply to every athlete. Sometimes I need to be very creative and think things through. And a lot of times I need to rely on my teammates and say, what do you think about this? And we do that a lot. We come together to coordinate our experience for the benefit of the athletes.
Wow, that's awesome. So you feel confident that you could highly recommend your team to any athlete that should
I
happen
have the
to come.
best in town.
Right.
Each massage therapist and chiropractor I have, we've scoped out. And, a lot of them have 20 years of experience, but a lot of those that are just coming out of school, they're well prepared and they know what they're doing.
And they're all licensed.
They're all licensed and have their certifications and their
credentials,
insurance and everything. They're
wonderful.
They're looking forward to this year. They're excited.
Well, that's great. That's great. Well, Michelle, thank you for being with us today.
Thanks.
Thank you for providing such a valuable service to the athletes at the Huntsman World Senior Games. And for anyone who's planning on attending the games and participating, the service is available in the Dixie Center during the full 2 weeks of the games. And come up and say hello to Michelle.
They're on the mezzanine level. There's a lot of people don't realize that there are stairs in the Dixie Center, but there are stairs.
There's actually an elevator there, too.
An elevator, yes. So there's a second floor, a mezzanine level. So, yeah.
Well, once again, Michelle, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we are about at the end of June, Jeff, and registration for the Huntsman World Senior Games is definitely in full swing.
It is going crazy.
It is. We are at a record high right now for registered athletes for this time of year. I just ran a report before I came over here. So hot off the presses, we currently have 5,886 people registered for the games.
Wow.
So great numbers.
Very impressive
That's
numbers.
more than 40% above what we were 1 year ago today.
Now there
Kyle.
there are some extenuating reasons for that, but it's still very impressive.
It is. It's great. So if you are turning 50 this year, by December 31st, you're eligible to compete in the games. We offer 28 different sports to choose from, and information on any of these sports you can find at our website at www.seniorgames.net. There you'll also find all the rules, the schedules, and you can register for the event. Once again, that is www.seniorgames.net, and you can register today.
That's right. What if they want to give us some feedback about our show, Kyle?
Well, you can email us at activelife@seniorgames.net. And we would love to get an email from you if you've heard something that inspired you or something that you learned or have an idea for a future show. Let us know.
We'd love to hear from you.
You can also tune in next Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Mountain Time on AM 1450 or FM 93.1 for those who are listening live. And for those outside of our area, you can listen to this and any previous episode right from our website. Once again, that is www.seniorgames.net. And our inspiring thought for the day, Jeff, if you are always trying to be normal, you will never know how amazing you can be.
That's right.
Until next Thursday, stay active.
Bye, everybody.